We have to go.
Desmond Miles is an assassin, imprisoned, about to be freed. Freed from a prison named Abstergo. Abstergo is the corporate company with a sinister secret. It is a front for the Templar Order, an ancient organisation hell-bent on power and control. Tools of their control and objects of their obsession are pieces of Eden. Artefacts that bend minds to the holder's will. Desmond, forced to help Abstergo find them using the animus. A machine that taps into the user's lineage, a machine Abstergo are using to uncover secrets. They have the map to find more and need to be stopped. Luckily, Desmond has an ally. Lucy Stillman, an undercover assassin, is going to break him free. But before they escape to the assassin hideout, Desmond needs to synchronize with a new ancestor. An ancestor that will aid in their war against the Templars.
What shall we call him, my love?
Ezio. Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Florence, 1476. At the height of the Renaissance movement, a time of great cultural advancement. Science, art, but also money and power. Ezio was born into this money and power. A member of the Auditore banking family. Friends of the Medici. It was a carefree time for Ezio. He had a loving family, supportive friends, and a way with women. Life was good.
They never change.
But unbeknownst to Ezio, his life was about to be changed irreparably. The Auditores have enemies. If you enjoy this recap, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, do so, and consider supporting further via Patreon in the link above now. This is Assassin's Creed 2. The story explained. Desmond and Lucy are free from Abstergo and safe in the assassin hideout in Rome. In Lucy's absence, Rebecca Crane, with help from Sean Hastings, has developed Animus 2.0. And with the animus memory Lucy stole from Abstergo, Desmond is ready to be plugged back in, this time in cooperation and a cause of hope.
We're losing this war, Desmond. We're going to train you. Turn you into one of us.
You broke me out of Abstergo and brought me here just to make me an assassin?
Look, there's more to it than that, but it'll have to wait. Trust me.
The assassins hope to use Ezio's life and learning to train Desmond in a matter of days, because days might be all they have. The animus will facilitate this through the bleeding effect that has already afforded Desmond skills outside of the animus, combat and eagle vision. But they must be careful. Too much exposure and Desmond could end up like others, like Subject 16.
Alright, I'm in.
Here we go.
Ezio's father, Giovanni, was trained in banking and the head of the Medici Bank, but he was also trained in skills he used secretly, kept secret from his children. Giovanni is an assassin, a member of the Italian order and currently investigating for Lorenzo de' Medici, ruler of Florence. Giovanni had uncovered a plot that had already seen the assassination of the Duke of Milan, a plot that looked to seize power across Italy. Giovanni fears Lorenzo and Florence was next. Giovanni already knew the mastermind of this conspiracy, Rodrigo Borgia, the head of the Templar Order. There were other names too. The only one he knew for sure, Francesco de' Pazzi, head of the other powerful family in Florence. The Pazzis, jealous of the rise of the Medicis and resentful of the Auditore's involvement. Giovanni had the information to take them down, but with Lorenzo out of the city, the Templars took the opportunity to take down Giovanni, the man threatening to derail their plan. Ezio returns from running errands for his father.
They took your father and brothers to the Palazzo della Signoria, to prison.
Making sure his mother and sister were safe, Ezio climbed the prison tower under cover of night.
Listen closely. Return to the house. In my office is a hidden door. Use your talent to find it. Beyond lies a chest. Take everything you find inside. Much of it may seem strange to you, but all of it is important.
Unsure as to their significance, Ezio puts on the robes, sheathes the sword, takes the scroll, a strange device, and a letter. A letter he is instructed to take to Uberto Alberti, the Justice Minister, a friend of the Auditores and their final hope to fix this. Ezio leaves his father's secret chamber. His world is rocked by the revelation that there is more to their father than they had known.
It's a misunderstanding, Ezio. I'll clear everything up. I'll present these papers at their hearing in the morning, and they'll be released. Don't worry, Ezio. Everything is going to be fine.
Except it won't. It will never be the same again because Alberto is not a friend. He is in league with Rodrigo Borgia, and driven by his own need for revenge, Ezio's father and brothers are executed before his eyes.
You may take our lives this day, but we will have yours in return, I swear! We will! Father! There! Grab the boy! He's one of them!
Ezio runs to escape the same fate and returns to the remaining auditores, his mother Maria and sister Claudia. They are kept in a bordello run by Paola.
I can't stay.
Why? Where are you going?
To kill Uberto Alberti.
You are not a killer, Ezio, but I can make you one.
Little did he know, but this was the start of a lifetime of training, with a long line of strangers imparting their wisdom to fulfill Ezio's destiny to be an assassin. No small part of that is learning to blend into the crowd, to stay hidden in plain sight, to use distractions to reach guarded places, and to use the hidden blade to make his kills. That was made possible by a local artist, engineer and family friend, Leonardo da Vinci,
Molto onorato.
who deciphered the strange scroll found with his father's things and used it to restore the hidden blade for Ezio's use.
Incredible.
And he used it on his first kill, Uberto Alberti.
You! The Auditori are not dead! I'm still here! Me! Ezio! Ezio Auditore!
Ezio has announced his revenge. Not only that, but to find out why his father and brothers had to die. The Pazzis are next on his list, but he must think of those that remain too.
I think it's best I leave Firenze. My uncle Mario owns a villa near Monteriggioni.
To keep Maria and Claudia safe, they sneak out of the city and head for the place of their father's birth, Monteriggioni. But as they arrive, their path is blocked by Vieri de Pazzi, the son of his father's conspirator Francesco de Pazzi.
What do you want, Vieri? Your life. Kill them! Kill them all!
Ezio and his family are saved by his uncle, Mario Auditore. Vieri flees. Although Ezio looks to take his family much further, Mario persuades Ezio to stay and train for the dangerous tasks ahead. A task that is in his blood. Villa Monteriggioni becomes their home, and although run down, it is an opportunity for them to salvage the Auditore name. With Claudio's management and investment, it can be great again. In the coming months, Ezio would come to learn of his heritage, the history of the assassins and the work they were born to do. Part of that work was to collect and decipher codex pages, like the one hidden in his father's chest. Ancient writings scattered to time. On these pages, wisdom gathered by a legendary assassin, Altair ibn Lahad,
who long ago held a piece of Eden. He spoke of something powerful and ancient hidden beneath the land.
And a prophecy the extent of which only more pages will reveal. And some of those are held by Templars, also seeking this truth. Ezio joins Mario in search of their next target, Vieri de Pazzi. In doing so, Ezio overhears developments within the Templar plot.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
A new name to the list, Jacopo de Pazzi, uncle to Francesco. Their plot to assassinate Lorenzo de' Medici and take control of Florence. The assassins must stop this. After the meeting, they close in on Vieri and end his life.
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avesse sofferto di più! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect. You are not Vieri. Do not become him.
Ezio was not raised an assassin like his father and uncle. The mindset required will take time.
Where will you go next?
Firenze. Francesco de' Pazzi will share the fate of his son.
1478. There, he meets more strangers to aid his path.
You may call me La Volpe. At your service, Messer Ezio. Francesco de' Pazzi is meeting his people inside that church.
a meeting in which Ezio learns more of the plot, where the assassination attempt will take place, when, and names of others involved in the Pazzi conspiracy.
If they succeed, if we lose Lorenzo and Firenze falls to the Pazzi, it will not come to that.
The Pazzis end the life of Lorenzo's brother, but Ezio shepherds the ruler of Florence to safety.
Francesco de Pazzi, help save our city, Auditore. Kill him.
Now Firenze will judge you for what you've done. Requiescat in pace.
With Francesco dead, Jacopo flees. Lorenzo has the remaining names of the Pazzi conspiracy, who may help track Jacopo down.
Antonio Maffei.
No grazie.
Archbishop Francesco Salviati.
Where is Jacopo?
He knows you come for him. Stefano da Bagnone. They meet in the shadow of the Roman gods. And Bernardo Baroncelli.
We gather at the church when a meeting is called.
Ezio finds Jacopo at the church and follows him to the meeting in the shadow of the gods. Furious at the collapse of his plan to take over Florence, Rodrigo Borgia kills the last of the Pazzi conspirators and calls out the assassin that foiled his plans.
Did you honestly think I wouldn't expect you to follow? We've been at this a lot longer than you. Kill him.
With 4 years of training behind him, he escapes the trap, and with Florence saved, he heads for Venice to learn more of the next stage of the Templar plan and close in on those that took his father and brothers. Desmond needs to take a break. The bleeding effect, although useful, must be carefully managed.
So, how am I doing?
You've picked up every single one of Ezio's skills. The adoption rate is fantastic. Another day or two and we'll be done.
But Desmond is hallucinating, accessing memories outside the animus of fate that befell Subject 16 before he died. But before he died, he left a message, hidden in the animus brought over to 2.0. This message is broken up into fragments and scattered around Renaissance Italy. When whole, this message will be vital in understanding the origins of the pieces of Eden. Whilst reliving Ezio's memory, Desmond needs to collect these fragments. Venice, a city where trade is strangled and monopolized by the merchant Emilio Barbarigo, a member of the Templars and key to Borgia's plans in Venice. Ezio knows this is the next man on his list, but the palace in which he resides is too well protected and armed personnel too numerous. He will need help. Help arrives in the form of Antonio, Rosa, and their band of thieves.
We know all about you, Ser Ezio. Your work in Florence and the rest of Tuscany. Good work, too, if a little unrefined.
As Ezio helps break down Barbarigo's hold in the city, both Ezio and Desmond add more strings to their bow in becoming more rounded assassins.
Your good work has restored us to our former strength, Ezio. We are ready to strike.
Your little house of cards is crumbling, Emilio.
Do not be afraid.
I sought unity, stability, order.
At too great a cost.
Emilio is meeting with a man named Carlo.
Carlo Grimaldi. He sits on the Council of 10.
I have a meeting to attend.
That meeting is attended by Carlo, Rodrigo Borgia, and 3 others. Those men are Silvio Barbarigo, cousin to Marco, and Marco's bodyguard, the loyal and dangerous Dante Moro. All of them Templars, looking to take control of Venice. After attempting to draw the current Doge of Venice to the Templar way of thinking failed, Carlo Grimaldi was to poison him, with Marco taking the seat of power. Another city, another plot, another building Ezio must infiltrate, but this time to save the Doge of Venice and the city from Templar hands. With Antonio's help, they recce the palace where the Doge resides.
I must warn you, it's not going to be so easy this time. Palazzo Ducale is the most heavily guarded building in Venezia.
Nothing is impenetrable.
But not by traditional means. He needs the help of the genius inventor Leonardo and his yet untested flying machine. Like an eagle, Ezio descends on the roof of the palazzo to the rescue of the Doge.
Stop! Signore, don't drink that!
But he's too late. The Doge is poisoned. Ezio catches up with Carlo Grimaldi. With the Doge dead, the Templar plan is still on track, as Marco Barbarigo takes his place. Ezio waits for his chance to unseat him, and uses the Carnival as cover to do so. As Marco gives a speech to the reveling crowds, Ezio strikes. With Rodrigo Borgia away in Rome, Silvio and the bodyguard Dante are all that remain of the Templar plot in Venice. Silvio has amassed an army in the military district. In order to break that control, Ezio must have an army of his own.
Bartolomeo d'Alviano is the man you seek.
About goddamn time!
He and his men have little love for Silvio.
With his help, they storm the district.
Now Silvio will see just how grave a mistake he's made.
Ezio catches up with them both, fleeing towards a departing ship.
Why the boats? I thought you sought the Doge's seat.
Just a distraction. We were meant to sail.
Sail where?
I'll never tell.
Cyprus is their destination. They want...
To find out what the Templars sought in Cyprus, Ezio would have to wait 2 years. Time for Ezio to find and decipher the remaining codex pages, and with the help of Leonardo, he revealed more of the prophecy.
The prophet will appear when the second piece is brought to the floating city.
A prophecy hidden in the codex, leading to an ancient vault that holds something very powerful. What if that's why they sent the ship to Cyprus? To find this piece of Eden? The killing of Mocenigo, even the Medici, my father and brothers. It was all part of his plan. Find the vault, the Spaniard.
The Templar boat returns from Cyprus, carrying the piece of Eden. Ezio infiltrates, disguises himself, and joins the triumphant Templar soldiers, carrying the much-longed-for piece of Eden to the waiting Rodrigo Borgia.
Where is he?
Who?
Your prophet. How many people have died for these?
I am the prophet. Now give me the apple.
Borgia guards descend, but to Ezio's surprise, so do his allies. All the people that have shaped him and helped smooth his path over the last 10 years. 10 years of vengeance. These seemingly disconnected individuals come together to see off the Borgia soldiers and protect the apple. They do so, but Rodrigo Borgia escapes.
What are you all doing here?
Perhaps the same thing you are, Ezio. Hoping to see the prophet appear. A prophet's arrival was foretold. And unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along, you were the one we sought.
A new face for Ezio, but Niccolo Machiavelli will explain the tie that binds all these people, these friends. They are assassins.
It's true, Nipote. We have all been guiding you for years, teaching you the skills you would need to join our ranks.
That night, Ezio is officially inducted into the Brotherhood.
We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
The apple is the assassin's possession, and more weight is added to the theory that Ezio is the prophet foretold as the apple reacts to his presence.
This must never fall into the wrong hands.
Ezio, you must protect this with all the skills we have taught you.
They have the apple, but the Templar plot is still alive and well in the hands of Rodrigo Borgia, and it will be another 10 years before the assassins are able to strike again. 10 years to source the remaining codex pages while locked in a seemingly perpetual struggle to keep hold of the apple. But keep hold of it, they do. 10 years later, with the apple in hand, the year is 1499. Rodrigo Borgia has extended his power throughout Italy and the world, as he is now Pope. And for the assassins, the time has come.
Let us finish what you and my father started all those years ago.
Perhaps now we can finally make sense of this prophecy and put a stop to whatever it is the Spaniard is plotting.
We should start by locating the vault. The codex pages will lead us to it.
When the pages are brought together with the apple, they reveal a map. A map that reveals the location of the vault. It exists in the Vatican City.
It looks like the vault is in Roma. Then the Spaniard. This is why he became Pope.
Not only did it give him the power to spread the Templar influence through Italy and the world, but it gave him access to the vault and to the papal staff.
The Codex always spoke of 2 keys. 2 pieces of Eden needed to open the vault.
Papal staff is the second piece of Eden.
While the other assassins cause trouble in the city of Rome, Ezio uses the distraction to infiltrate the Vatican during Rodrigo Borgia's papal sermon to the cardinals in the Sistine Chapel.
Requiescat in pace, you bastard!
I don't think so. How is it you resist? I see. Kind of you to bring me the apple. You will give it to me.
As you wish.
The two battle, both imbued with the power of the piece of Eden they possess. But Rodrigo, more familiar with the artifact's power, overcomes Ezio.
And now, to deal with you.
He now has both pieces of Eden and the location of the vault. His decades of work has reached its conclusion. He heads towards his perceived destiny. Ezio, injured but able to stand, uses his skills to pursue Rodrigo.
Open, damn you! Open!
It's over, Rodrigo.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back.
Ezio elects to spare the false prophet Rodrigo, and on touching the staff paired with the apple, the vault door opens, allowing the prophet to enter.
Greetings, prophet. It is good you have come. Let us see it, to give thanks.
The hologram that Ezio faces is
Minerva.
You are gods.
No, not gods. We simply came before.
Minerva is a projection from an advanced intelligence that existed before man. In fact, they created man. Man did not evolve. This was a fact fabricated by the Templars to protect the secrets they wished to take advantage of. The ones that came before made humans as slaves, but the oppressed rose and overcame their masters. Shortly after that, a celestial event occurred that wiped out almost all life. Those that remained from both sides worked together to rebuild.
Even when we walked the world, your kind struggled to understand our existence. You may not comprehend us, but you will comprehend our warning. Our words are not meant for you. I do not wish to speak with you, but through you. You are the prophet. You've played your part.
The person Minerva was to commune with is Desmond. Through the animus to deliver a message, to warn of the coming of another celestial event, an event that could literally shake the world to its core, taking some, if not all, of humanity with it. The ones that came before have now died out, but what they left behind was vaults like these, temples, within them the wisdom to help humanity stop the catastrophe from ever happening again. Desmond is chosen as the one to bring this about.
You must find the other temples, if you can find them. If their work can be saved, so too might this world. Be quick, for time grows short, and guard against the cross, for there are many who will stand in your way. We are gone now from this world, all of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What the fuck?
Desmond has an importance far greater than the assassins, the Templars, even himself had imagined. But there is no time for Desmond to reflect on this. The Templars have found the assassin's hideout. Among them, Warren Vidic, Desmond's former captor and the man in charge of Abstergo's Animus project.
Mr. Miles, this is an unexpectedly pleasant turn of events.
What do you want, Vidic?
There's still so much work for us to do together.
As the Abstergo men look to take Desmond back, he puts all the skills he has learned through Ezio via the Animus to the test and sees off the threat.
Enjoy your victory, Mr. Miles. Temporary as it is.
With the hideout compromised, this team of assassins need to move on. Move on to continue their work. If you like this recap, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, do so and consider supporting this work via Patreon. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this has been Assassin's Creed 2, The Story Explained.